Welcome back, folks. Stank here, and we are going to do something a little different today. I have decided to clean out some of my inventory of stuffs, and I have about 113 million worth of just general crap that I've been holding on to. We're going to go to Amar and sell all of this for cash roonies. Ram shield tech. I might want to hold on to these because they're not really only worth half a million, and they might be worth more to me later. I'll keep them. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. And I generally like to keep drones as well, so we'll keep that as well. We will not sell this. I do have one faction piece of equipment that I'm kind of excited to see how much it's worth, but we'll see. We will see, and if I get blown up, oh god, because I got my crane, which is worth 100, I don't even remember, it's worth a lot. It's about as much as is in the cargo hold, but because I'm in a crane, I should be able to, after I get out of the station, should be able to get there pretty safely. So, here we go. This is me heading to the Amar to sell cash. And I have 352 million now, and hopefully whenever I am done, I will have 452 million. That's hopefully. So here I go. Uh, generally hauling is pretty, well, it's not really dangerous, but I should. There's no one outside the undock, that's good. But I do need to go to Amar, which is, actually hold on, let's dock first. Okay, so it's 2 jumps away, and as soon as I get off this station, I will be safe. The most dangerous part of a haul is the jump, the initial jump. After that, you just hit your covert ops cloak, and you're good to go. Okay, coming up on the most dangerous jump, which is the last one, but not going to be a problem. We will jump, and the process is, once you get through the gate, and this is if you're nullsec, you will quickly hit the dock button, and then quickly hit the covert ops cloaking device, and that will get you safely off the gate if anyone's trying to gate camp you. But that's very, very rare, especially here when it's really not very good to camp that gate. But we are here. I'm actually more worried about leaving this area than I am at going away. But there is a trick for that as well, and I will show you when I'm done selling and offloading everything. So I'm going to go ahead and sell this junk. Whoa, FPS monitor. Which is still 113 million, so it's going to take me a while just to click on all this stuff to sell it, but I think it'll be worth it in the end, as hopefully I'll get 113 million out of it. So I'm going to go ahead and start selling all this crap, and I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, so finally done selling shit. When I started, I had 352 million now have 378 million for selling random stuff, so that's 23 million. I also have orders of about 67 million, so that should give me a total of 93 million for the entire thing. Not quite 116, but not as bad as I thought. That's if everything here sells, so I'm not sure if that is going to happen. I do have some big ticket items here. I reprocessed some stuff, so I have a bunch of titanium and whatnots. I also have some big ticket items. 30 some million just from this large semiconductor. Which I made using some stuff, and I am the lowest seller here. 14 million is under material cost, so I will not be selling it for that. But 16 million is about all I can stomach for that. So hopefully someone will come around and buy that, and we'll see if that happens. That's the bulk of it there. So if you minus out the 32 million from there, you have just a bunch of random smaller stuff that hopefully will sell. If not, I'll just reprocess whatever doesn't sell here. Otherwise, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Okay, so yeah, I know I do a lot of videos sitting in this market and in here in Amar, but I do like to time to dream, and I was thinking about flying a golem. Oh god, $1 billion for a golem? Are you serious? Wow, that is a lot. That would be the next thing that I would want to have. Would be a, I guess it's a Marauder class. God damn, 105 days for that. 44 days just for Caldari Battleship 5, and yeah, that's not even bad. Energy Grid upgrades 5 is whatever, and advanced weapon upgrades is another one that I'd need. So let's look at these skills and see what we can't do to make this training a lot less arduous. So we have weapon upgrades 5, which is 10 days, 15 hours. And let's look at this skill here. Primary attribute is perception, secondary is memory. Okay. Next skill we need is Caldari Battleship 5. And the attributes for that is perception and will. So perception is the primary attribute for what we need to do here. God, $1 billion? That is a lot of money. I don't even know if that's worth it. Let's go Raven and see how much a Raven Navy issue goes for. About half that as compared to a normal Raven. That goes for a fraction of that, 162 million. And we can use a little thing called the compare tool to compare these two items, which I will do now. Compare tool. So you take this compare tool, you drag the Raven Navy issue in, and then you drag the normal Raven in, and then you can drag the Golem in there. And now we can compare them. And pretty much much the same mass. That doesn't matter. Structure hit points. So comparatively speaking, wow. And the Navy Raven issue has 9,500 hit points to the Raven's 6,400. That is a significant bonus. And the Golem has 7,700, which is interesting. You can also see the bonuses that each one of these gives. The Caldari Raven, the normal Raven, gives 5% bonus to heavy missiles and cruise, while the the Navy Raven gives 10% bonus. (10% bonus to cruise missiles and torps max velocity. 5% bonus to cruise and torp explosion radius. 10% to max velocity. Now the Raven gives a higher bonus to rate of fire, which would increase DPS, whereas this one, no, explosion radius. I'm not sure exactly what that does, but holy cow, the Tech 2 Golem gives a ton of bonuses to everything. Not only does it give the Caldari battleship bonus for cruise missiles and torpedoes, explosion velocity, and range, it also gives a 7.5% bonus to shield booster, amount, target painter effectiveness. Wow. This does double the damage because of heavy missile and cruise damage, 100% roll bonus to that. For some reason it gives 100% tractor beam range, which is, I guess, helpful, but not really useful nowadays. That's kind of a mute bonus due to the mobile tractor unit. And a micro jump drive, and it can fit a bastion module. So yeah, definitely worth it to get the Golem, but possibly not worth the Navy Raven, except for the massive bonus to hit structure points. Let's see here, structure kinetic. Nothing there. I like to put off modules that don't matter. Drone bandwidth. Okay, so the Navy Raven does have higher drone capacity, while the Golem has less drone capacity. Navy Raven has high, so you can put more drones on a Navy Raven, which is nice. We'll leave that on. And more drones than either one of those. Structure EM damage resistance, no, armor. Okay, so the Navy Raven actually has 8,000 extra armor hit points, but it doesn't really matter because we wouldn't be using armor anyways. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. The Golem has a slight advantage for kinetic damage resistance, inert, and also a slight increase in armor thermal. The Navy Raven can hold a lot more capacity in its hull. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there, except for the Golem has again the kinetic damage resistance and a huge advantage in thermal damage resistance. Interesting enough, the Raven and the Navy Raven had the same shoe. I'm going to take off one of these other ones so we can look. Shield recharge time overall is actually the best on a Raven. That's interesting. capacitor recharge times same for all crusts. Same for that. Oh, that's capacitor capacity, so the Navy Raven does get slightly better capacitor capacity. And same maximum targeting range, same lock targets except for the golem. No, it's not going to have any of those strengths because this doesn't do that. Gravimetric center strength. Got, I'm not sure exactly what that does. Wish you could kind of like see what it does, or maybe have a tooltip here. A little bit faster. I'm gonna start taking off other ones because I'm getting too many. A lot more power grid. Let's see. Does not get any extra low slots. Does not get any extra medium slots. Get one extra high slot in a Raven. Raven Navy issue. But do you get an extra turret point? Oh, the Navy Raven does take 2 extra hard points for a turret. That is important. That is actually very good. 2 extra hard points. That's pretty awesome. And the turret hard points are 0. Actually, the Raven can put 4 hard points to turrets, but I don't know why you'd fit turrets to a Raven. Same amount of carrot, and then 3, 3, and 2. So, just dreaming about someday upgrading to a golem, which is a long, long, long way off. But I think a more near-term goal would be to take my Raven and upgrade to a Raven Navy issue, which could be possible if I get enough LP points at the LP store to get a Raven Navy issue blueprint. Or I don't know how they do it, but I think it's either a blueprint or you have to do get the ship at the LP store, which would be pretty awesome. I don't think you can get it at this LP store because this is the Emperor family. I don't have any LP for that. I do need to buy some more missiles. I might be doing that. And while we were sitting here talking, I have jumped to 380 million. And the last thing that sold was Tritanium. So yeah, that's obviously the first couple things they're going to sell are the Tritaniums and the Isogens and the minerals. I can only dream about having a golem. And the other thing I want, let's see, oh god, yep, still out of my reach for an Orca. 715 million, 656 million on a buy order, which is what I would be doing. It's more like around that range. And I only have half of that. That is sad. But I don't have that anymore. I do need one of these. 26 million, that seems expensive. I used to have a bunch of these guys. And Mac. Used to have one of these, but not anymore. Man, those are expensive. I have He used to have a Mac and a Hulk and a Procurer. I don't have anything now. I could buy one of these, but I don't know. I don't know. I'd almost rather just buy a skiff and be more safe, you know. We'll see. That's for another day, I think. I would be buying it for 200 million, which I think is a better deal. Sometimes you'd be surprised that people will sell their skiffs for the buy order and not wait for the extra 48 million. It's ridiculous. So I'm just sitting here waiting for my monies to come in. In the meantime, I think I'm gonna go do some more missions. And I think I'm gonna dick around here. Actually, I think I'm gonna dick around here for a little bit more and see if there's any blueprints that I want. And if I find any blueprints that I want, I'll come back.